Hello, world. How you guys doing, man?
What's good, man? What's good?
Good.
So, should we just get right into this? Get right into the draft?
Let's get it, man. Let's
What
get
we
it.
think? All right. Let's go ahead and start off with our first topic of the day. Top 5 most valuable or important picks of the 2021 NFL Draft.
Can I just say, at number 1, Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's your number one?
That's on my number 1. Pittsburgh Steelers draft class.
Okay. I mean, we're talking about picks here.
Yeah, the picks. All of the picks. Each and every one. It don't matter.
That's
Listen,
so
okay,
you name
they're-
it.
okay,
So
they're
We're
number
talking about
one.
picks like players.
Go
And
ahead
the
and
number
name
one player, that was...
Najee. So we're talking about Najee. You're saying
Najee Harris. Najee Harris at the 24th pick. Listen,
Okay.
what we needed was a great running back. Ever since Le'Veon left, we've been slacking. We just got another Hall of Famer, automatic. It's automatic. You can book it. You can go ahead and
That Najee is going to be a...
write
Can't
his
disagree.
address
Can't disagree.
and send him his gold jacket in about 13 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like,
people.
he's about to run us home to the stairway to 7.
What makes you think that that's going to happen with the Steelers' offensive line problems?
Okay, listen.
The issue that they have.
This
right
was
now.
his answer. This was.
So do y'all not prefer that they would have gotten like maybe an O lineman first?
No. Don't get me wrong.
What the Raiders did. in
Don't
the
get me
draft.
wrong. Look, this was his answer. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's correct, of course. But his answer, I think that it was good that we focused on getting Najee first because that was the best running back available in the whole draft. Like, you could say whatever you want. You can say
I think Travis Etienne. is better than
but
him.
that's opinion wise. But production wise, off bat, and opinion wise, a lot of people have Najee as their number 1. But so when you look at the draft class in general, we did address the O line, and it wasn't like a high pick, but getting Najee, I think it was the most crucial because we did get certain players like our center that we got.
Yeah, we got a center and a tackle.
Yeah, and our tackle that we got.
And like the 3rd and 4th round.
Yeah, but it could be good depth pieces or good starters, either or. But like that's what we needed, because the people that we have now, you could say 3 out of 5 of them can start by the beginning of the season, and that's half. That's more than half of our O line. More than 3. Come on, man.
Listen,
Okay,
even if they
Kary,
can't start.
just continue with your list. You said you got Najee Harris at 1.
Okay, yeah, at 1, my next favorite pick.
So
Sheesh. You know what? I don't know.
you wanna move to Alexis first?
Yeah,
Or
go
you
to
just-
Alexis.
All right,
Go to
Alexis
Alexis.
First pick. I mean, we could all say our first, like on the top of the list, because he did.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah, so I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Najee, and my Steelers bias would be, that's number 1. But if I was being honest, if I was being truthful, the best player and the fit, I think it's Justin Fields. I think it's Justin Fields with the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
I say that because I feel like he would have the biggest impact
On the team.
on the team of these players right here, of all these players, of all the quarterbacks.
Biggest impact.
Out of all the quarterbacks, I feel like Justin Fields he is one of the best quarterbacks in the draft, and he's going into a team that's really plug and play with quarterback.
Right.
If you look at their team, if you look at their depth, the receivers, their defense is almost top 5 every year.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. So if you think about it like that, with the team he went to, I think that's the best fit, and I think that's the best player at number 1. That everything just felt perfect.
I like that. I like that pick. What about you, Kedar? What you got?
I mean, I feel like he said it all.
Oh, Justin.
Justin Fields,
Yeah.
the Bears, they really they got it right this time. They traded up for the right QB this time.
Okay.
And their team is really just set up for success year in, year out. Has just been the QB. I still feel like Mr. Trubisky could be a good QB in another system. He's not good for what the Bears are trying to do.
How do you think he will succeed? Like what do you see in him?
His rookie season, he had amazing games. Even last season, the season before that,
So we're talking
It
about
was-
just games. What about consistency?
that's where he needs to improve. It was the same thing with Ryan Tannehill. You just need to give him some time. He needs to be in a system where he can be in it for years and just, give it some time. And Ryan Tannehill was a perfect system for him. Have a running back that can just grind it out, run through the play action, and it eases up for the quarterback. And Ryan Tannehill has become a consistent top 5 quarterback in the league
So
since.
you think he's gonna go that route?
I mean, he could. I don't think a team might not take a chance on him, but
Okay. I hear you.
I still don't think.
Well,
they will.
at number 1 pick, I had Trevor Lawrence. I mean, that's what I thought most of you would choose. No, but even without that, Trevor Lawrence is he not going to be the best pick of the draft?
I mean,
not the most important
you
pick?
could say
getting picked at number 1
Right.
usually is always going to be the more cornerstone piece of a team, especially if they need the quarterback position. The Jaguars, who were missing a running back, missing a really
I wouldn't say they were missing a
missing
running
a running back. They were missing
James
James Robinson.
They were
He's not going to
missing.
start now that Travis Etienne got drafted.
What?
But
He's
why
not gonna
not
start.
though?
Yeah, like
Because he's
what
not a
did he
first
do?
running back. He's someone to come in.
What do
He's
you
like a
mean?
second string, third string.
No,
His
no, no,
stats
no, no.
didn't show
He
that
literally
at all.
carried their whole offense.
He got 1,000 yards and 7 tubs.
He
What do you mean?
single-handedly
What
carried
do you
their
mean?
offense.
As a rookie,
As
and
an
drafted.
undrafted
As
free
a-
agent.
So do y'all think he's going to start over Travis
Yeah.
Etienne?
Yes.
In the beginning,
yes.
I do. In the
Travis
beginning, I do.
Etienne is going to be their third down change of pace running back.
He got 10 total tubs.
James Robinson. Oh
He had
my-
1,000.
we're sleeping
He had
on James
1,000. He almost had
Robinson so bad.
1,400
Total yards.
all-purpose yards. 1,400
For
almost.
undrafted
10
free
tubs.
Okay, no, that's good. No,
That's what I'm
100%
saying.
good.
I
As
just
a
feel. I
rookie-
just feel like
as
I
a
understand
rookie-
why you said what you said with Trevor Lawrence, but my question to you is, his skill. Okay, that can get drafted with the number 1 pick, but is that the best situation?
No. Oh, okay.
It's-
No. It's
it's-
not the best situation, but we're talking about the most important for what that team is trying to do, right? The Jags are trying to rebuild. They pretty much scrapped their team minus a couple receivers and are trying to rebuild. They had this whole Minshew thing going on, which we all can consider canceled right now. And that's what they needed. The first thing when you're starting a franchise is you need a quarterback.
Right.
They got what they needed in a quarterback. Not only that, but they also had a really good draft. Drafting top people at multiple different positions. So they got what they needed right away in a quarterback. Then moved on to getting a running back and corner, and we'll get into that later. But that's what I had at the most important. Now we go to number 2. You have Kary.
Wait, so he sided with Justin Fields, right?
said-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he said Justin
Yeah.
Fields. He said Trevor
Okay.
Lawrence.
At number 2, I like Jamar Chase to the Bengals. I think Joe Burrow has been forgotten about. He got injured pretty early. Joe Burrow was doing some big things.
I feel like what they're doing though is they're kind of stacking talent on top of talent over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, didn't
they
he-
could have 100% went a different position.
Yeah,
They
they
should've
should have got
went with
Panay.
Panay.
Yeah,
They
they
should've
should have got
got Panay.
Panay.
They
Yeah.
should have.
Yeah.
I hear you on that, considering their situation, but
Yeah, and Joe Burrow just got hurt.
exactly. But I think they can make do. They did draft a guard and a tackle.
But their O-line was tough though. It was like one of the worst.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
what
but
they
you
did to
can't
Joe
say they
Burrow.
didn't.
Joe Burrow was like the second most hit.
Listen, they got a tackle second round, then
Actually, I think he was the first.
in the fourth got another tackle, and then got a center. I mean, it's not.
I mean,
all
the
that
4th
bad.
is already pretty late. That's like
Oh, I get it, but it's like they just got rid of AJ Green. Who? Tyler Boyd? Are you gonna say Tyler Boyd is there?
Tyler Boyd.
Tyler
can
Boyd's
be a number
Tyler
1.
Boyd is
Tyler
number
Boyd-
1.
no,
Tyler
no,
Boyd
no,
is number
Tyler
1.
Boyd is very good.
No, he's good.
He's
but-
extremely
but who's
good.
who's
T. Higgins.
comp?
T.
T. Higgins is another-
T. Higgins is a very good.
But
T.
they're
is
both
really
not
good.
number. Are you
Why-
gonna say
why
they're
are
top
they
two
not?
number ones?
Why are they
T.
not?
Higgins is a good number 2.
Tyler
and
Boyd
is a
already.
good number
Yeah,
1.
yeah. It's perfect.
Added
It's perfect.
Okay,
It's
but there's
perfect.
3 receivers out there.
Yeah, that's true. But
I
like,
mean, listen, Jamar Chase. We're not saying
a
it was
third
bad
receiver is
pick.
easier to
We're not saying it was a
find.
bad
A
pick.
third receiver is easier to find than a tackle like Panay.
I mean, I get that.
You get what I
but-
mean?
No, yeah, I agree with y'all saying they should get Panay, but I think Jamar Chase is gonna. You can think about their division. That division in general, the competition they got to go up against.
It's tough, but
They
think about the
need
pass
these
rushers.
weapons.
Think about the
I mean,
think about the
They need
rushes in
weapons,
our
but
division.
They need the O-line.
Yeah, our
They
rushes
have
in
a
our
long way
division
to go.
is
They're
crazy.
not playoff ready yet. They shouldn't be trying to stack weapons at this point. They
No, they're not.
they need
There's still
foundation.
other.
It's still a good pick
They
though.
don't
Don't get me
have
wrong. It's still a good
Yeah.
pick. Like
Just
it's
adding bricks.
it was 1A, 1B. It was 1A, 1B.
Their foundation of a team
Yeah.
is not good enough to take them to a playoff to where they're like, okay, we can go out and get playmakers to take us to the next level.
No, that's
That's
I agree.
And especially because O linemen usually take a longer time than skill players to develop.
To develop.
So-
yeah. That is true.
But with that being said, Alexis, go ahead with your number 2 player.
I was going to
That's
say Najee as my second favorite player. I was. But then when Kary started talking, I think Justin Fields and Najee to me would be number 1. So to go on the list, I think going in second place would be Zach Wilson to me. Zach Wilson. This is why.
So you're saying Zach Wilson instead of Trevor Lawrence?
But this is why I say it though. This is why I say this is different. The Jaguars, okay, you could say the Jets are bad, right? Because they're terrible, right? But they've shown success before. The Jaguars have won, have gone to
They
the
went
playoffs
to
a
the
few times, but
AFC
nobody expects
Championship
nothing.
2015?
No, listen. Nobody expects nothing of the Jaguars. No disrespect, Jaguar fans, but that's what I'm saying in general. And when you look at the Jets draft, they did a lot to help that team. And I really feel like in general, that team, that culture in New York, it's changing. I feel like that New York Jets culture is changing. And I think Zach Wilson was the start of it. I think because the way they drafted, I think he was the start of it, of the change. It's a new way. I personally feel like the Jets, they're not going to be like the same old Jets as before. That's what I feel. With this with all the new coaches, with the players they drafted, and with Zach Wilson,
They
as
still
a
have Adam Gase, don't they?
No, they got Adam Gase. They got Robert Saleh. They got the 49ers defensive
If they still had
coordinator.
Adam Gase, that would be.
Yeah, I would not be saying that. That's a different story.
Yeah.
But this is a whole new coaching staff. Everybody's coming in, and they got their QB right. They got the chance to draft their QB the first year they're there.
No, yeah, that's very important for you. Okay, I can see where that you have that at number 2. All right, Kedar, how about you?
It pains me to say this one because this was my favorite player in the draft, but Najee Harris with the Steelers.
Come on.
Harris.
Come on.
Because Big Ben, he can't do it by himself. They asked him last season to carry the team in the playoffs, and he couldn't do that. So now they're just gonna ask Najee Harris, and he can do that. So
but no, not with the missing O lineman. Like we just said,
they drafted
O lineman. They drafted O lineman, but they take
our line is 2 years removed of being top 10. Think about that.
Yeah,
our line is 2 years removed.
But they're passing
13 times.
their
Our
pass
passing was
blocking-
the better.
No, I'm saying the pass blocking is really good. Yeah, the run blocking is the issue.
That's what I'm saying. So when you think about it, we don't have a whole problem in general
You're
with
drafting a running
O-linemen.
back to get beat up. Najee Harris is gonna get beat up.
That's
But Najee
true,
Harris-
but it's the man that could take a beating.
Najee
100%,
Harris
you're just gonna
can.
waste him?
Najee
No, we're
Harris
not gonna
can
waste
mask
him.
a bad O line.
Alex Leather.
We're not gonna waste
Najee
him.
Harris can mask a bad O line.
He can,
Listen,
he
we
can,
still
and it's not
drafted
bad.
people.
That's the
When has he ever matched a bad O line?
It's just
It's
saying
not
there's
that he
certain
has,
running backs.
it's
There's
that
certain
he
running
has.
backs.
He can.
One at a time.
It's not that he has, it's that he can. You look at the skill set that he has. When the O line breaks down at Alabama, which it rarely does, but it happens. When it breaks down, you can see in the
He's
tape.
always but you were talking about he's the best running back in the draft with the numbers as well. He wouldn't have had those numbers if he had a different O line.
But he would have had as good as numbers on any other team.
Najee Harris getting met behind the line?
There's a lot of times you see Najee Harris getting met behind the line and he breaks the tackle or he makes a man miss.
Well, he's definitely a powerful running back. Yeah,
He's a powerful running back that's extremely quick.
Extremely quick.
He's really athletic. That's what sets him
of
apart.
course.
His cuts are. It's like you're looking at Saquon
My God.
with Derrick Henry power.
Yeah.
He just doesn't
Okay.
have extreme breakaway speed, but he can run away from people. It's not like he's slow.
He's slower than Derrick Henry.
I think he's faster than Derrick Henry. I think he's
It's
faster.
It's
than Derrick
comparable.
Henry.
It's
I think he's
comparable.
faster
It's
than Derrick Henry.
comparable.
He's not as big as Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he's not as big as Derrick Henry.
So I think he's faster than Derrick Henry. And his breakaway speed.
I don't think he's faster than Derrick Henry, but
I think his breakaway speed is faster too. I think his breakaway speed is.
He's
faster
not faster
too.
than Travis.
Nah.
Travis ran a 4.4.
But Travis is a speed. Travis is like Alvin Kamara.
That's what I don't like. People say Travis is a speed back, but he ran a 4.4. Like
Okay, but I find him like a Christian McCaffrey who's not blazing fast.
Najee ran a
Who's Christian McCaffrey?
No, Najee didn't
Who's
run a
Christian
4.
McCaffrey?
like a Travis Etienne.
Oh, you say Travis
He ran a
Etienne?
4.4.
Yeah,
Najee?
like, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Najee ran a
That's what I'm
4.4.
saying.
Okay.
So him and
Lewis,
Travis.
what did Derrick Henry.
I'm telling you, bro. When you look at Najee, it's not like we're comparing. Travis Etienne, you could give a comparison. He's like, okay, you could say like Alvin Kamara.
4 or
You can say
5.
things like that. But this is a man that's like 6'3", 200 something.
Yeah.
He's 6'3", 200 something, running a 4.4. Like Travis Etienne is running the same thing. Like this is not no typical running back. This is like when Derrick Henry came out of Alabama. This is just different. This is a different type of back.
I would say.
This is a
I would
different
say
type of
he's
back.
better than
excited
Derrick
to see
Henry
what
coming out of
Najee
college
Harris does.
because he broke all of Derrick Henry's Alabama records. He owns all of the
Every
Alabama records
single
for running back.
one.
Think of all the Bama running backs that have
So
come
you
out.
think he's gonna do better than?
I'm not saying he's gonna do better than Derrick Henry, but I'm saying as a prospect coming out of college,
He's really good. Yeah.
he's
a
rated
better
better than
prospect.
Derrick
He's a
Henry.
better
He's
prospect.
rated better
So
than
I'm
Derrick
gonna
Henry.
switch this one up for y'all. My number 2, y'all might find this a little surprising, but I had Micah Parsons.
Going to the Cowboys because the Cowboys they seem to have everything they need, right?
Okay.
They seem to have everything they need. Their DBs were failing them a little bit last year. I think they patched that up as well in the draft, but they are finally gonna have a pass rush. Now that's exactly what every team needs. Think about great defenses like say the Bears, for instance, with the Khalil Mack, or like just all the great defenses. They have someone to bring the pressure, and that's what brings the whole defense together. Having an outside edge rusher like Micah Parsons is gonna play a big difference in just the record and how the team does in general, because that is a game changer right there.
I
That
think
is an absolute game changer.
I think that I get where you could come from. That Michael Parsons does have that athleticism, and we've seen that. We've seen he's pretty crazy, right? He runs like a 4.3, right?
Yeah.
He runs like a 4.3 linebacker doing that. It's
Man
crazy.
is ridiculous. He's
But
a
this
freak.
is what I'll argue, and with your point, this is what I'll argue, that the reason they got Michael Parsons is that their cornerbacks that they wanted got picked up. Meaning Patrick Surtain got picked up by the Broncos, and then J.C. Horn actually went earlier than a lot of people expected, and the Panthers got him.
Honestly, I think that this is more important because any corner could be good. when
But they
the
have
quarterback
rushes
does not have
already.
time.
They have rushes already. They don't have a corner.
They have
Nah,
DeMarcus
their rushes
Lawrence.
ain't-
So now imagine having
They have-
DeMarcus Lawrence and
DeMarcus
having
Lawrence.
They
Michael
have D'Lo.
Parsons on the other side.
Yeah, it's nice. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. But I feel like Michael
Any
Parsons
corner-
as a rusher will mask a lot of
It can
things
make
that will
up.
happen. He'll mask it. I think he'll mask it, but he can't make up for
Alexis.
no cornerback help.
Alexis.
If they have no secondary like whatsoever, like there's nobody in that
Owusu,
secondary is
we're
good.
just- I mean,
Not Owusu, Awuzie.
Still be a Woozy. We were just talking about him.
He just
They
got
don't
hurt.
have
He just got
safeties.
hurt.
They have two good young corners.
I don't know.
They need help at safety position. That's why we thought they were gonna get Owusu. But
I mean, they drafted a safety, but
Micah Parsons is a dog.
They didn't.
they didn't.
They didn't draft a
It was
safety.
two corners.
I just think Michael Parsons was the best pick for that.
Yeah.
It was the best player available at that point, I think. And defensively, it's what they needed.
Regardless,
So-
I still feel that he's the second most important in the draft. With that being said, okay, Kary, you're number 3.
You know, I like that Michael Parsons pick, but my number 3, I'm gonna go with. I didn't say Justin Fields.
You didn't say Justin.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
putting Justin Fields in there for the exact same reasons they said that. Like the Bears are gonna be
Right.
scary. I feel like they'll be very scary with a good offense, someone leading that offense, and then their defense has always been relevant. Like for once,
How far do you see the Bears going?
Playoffs.
playoffs for sure. I see them taking off Aaron Rodgers if he plays this season. If he plays with the Packers this season,
And the Vikings?
That's the second best team now with Justin Fields.
Whoa.
yeah,
That's the second best team in that division.
yeah, for sure.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the
I don't know
second
about
best
that.
team. Vikings don't have a defense.
Listen, Allen Robinson. Who's the other good receiver they have?
They got Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, Darnell
They got
Mooney.
Darnell Mooney.
Man,
They got Darnell Mooney. That
And
boy is a
Mr. Montgomery.
David
Little
Montgomery.
running back?
Yeah, David Montgomery.
Look, David Montgomery been having some underrated like
Yeah,
seasons.
Off of a 1,000-yard season. He just had a 1,000-yard season.
He's
He
been
just
having
had
some
an
real
extremely
sleeper
good
seasons.
second-
And
That's when you
put
needed
a
it.
quarterback back there. You're gonna have a scary sight.
It was plug
I'm
and
not
play.
gonna lie. Man. So that's my third.
That's it.
Okay. For my third, it was a hard one to think about, honestly. But my third best pick, in general, I think it would be Patrick Surtain to the Denver Broncos, because this is the one thing. A lot of people wanted Justin Fields to go to the Denver Broncos, and that makes sense because Drew Lock is a lot of question marks. Don't get me wrong, but adding Patrick Surtain makes the Denver Broncos defense top 5.
No,
it makes it top 5. They have 2 starting cornerbacks, 2 Pro Bowl cornerbacks, and you add Patrick Surtain. They got rushers. They got Von Miller coming back. They got Bradley Chubb that's just young.
I think Von Miller was a big reason why they didn't go to the playoffs or really do any big moves. I think him getting injured at the beginning of the season was a big reason why.
Well, if you look at their team built in general, if you look at their team now, they're literally a QB away. So, like, if Drew Lock puts his act together, that's a crazy team. They have everything you need, to running backs, to receivers, to defensive backs, to rushers. They have everything.
No, right.
So that's why Aaron Rodgers... That's why reports have been saying that Aaron Rodgers would take a deal.
Denver.
He would take a deal to go to Denver because that's really a QB away. That's really a QB away.
No,
now that they
really,
got...
I don't know about their move to go and get Surtain actually instead of one of the quarterbacks that were still alive. I mean, what
It's
if they got
tough.
Justin Fields.
With the Broncos and Patrick Surtain. The reason why, don't get me wrong, Justin Fields could be an all-world talent, end up taking the Bears to crazy success. Don't get me wrong. But if you think about it in Denver Broncos perspective, if Drew Lock ends up paying off, they probably got a Jalen Ramsey type cornerback with 2 other Pro Bowl cornerbacks on the defensive team. They're stacked. Like, they're literally stacked. They're waiting on one man now. So when you look at it, it's really, you see it like that. That Patrick Surtain, they just got the best defensive player off the board. Personally, I think they got the best defensive player off the board.
Okay. Then that's a good pick. Yeah, I was thinking about that. That made an honorable mention for my list. Go ahead, Kedar.
You know, I've been waiting for this one. But Jalen Waddle to Miami, you know, Miami has been in desperate need of a playmaker at receiver.
Don't they have Devontae Parker?
Who is injured? When has he finished the full season? Other than that one season. Other than, what was it?
He only had 3 seasons in the
No, Devontae Parker is 29 years old, 28, 29.
Dang, it feels
He
like
is.
he's...
Yes,
Yeah.
Devontae Parker
It's
is
because he don't
almost
play.
30.
That's
Maybe
crazy.
he's injured.
He's injured every year. We've been in desperate need of a playmaker since Jarvis left.
Right.
Jalen Waddle is about to take this offense to the next step.
Okay.
I mean,
He's the
It's a good
perfect
point, though.
complement-
It's a good point.
He's
But
the
you
perfect
think
complement for
he
everything
is
we
top
have.
5 most important
Yes,
picks.
he's
of
the
the draft.
he's the perfect complement for everything.
But it's
we
a
have on
Dolphins
offense.
fan, you know. The same way
Listen,
we said Najee, the same way he said
You
Jalen.
gotta find
Yes.
some way to put bias aside.
Do we not?
But I
already,
see it, though.
Do we
I
not
see
already
it.
have a top 5 defense?
No, y'all have a
They
good
do.
defense. Yeah,
They do.
y'all need that.
They
Especially
do.
with the people we
They
added
do.
in the draft.
Okay.
They do, yeah. With the people
We
added,
added Will Fuller in free agency, so that was our deep threat.
So it's like
We added that deep
Will
threat.
Fuller is a playmaker.
Will Fuller, that's a vertical stretch of the field.
Well, 100%.
Jalen,
He's also a playmaker.
He's also horizontal. He's a playmaker. We added one playmaker, and then we added Jalen Waddle.
it's another playmaker.
You add 2 extreme
the
speedsters.
Dolphins, they added some pieces.
Defensive coordinators are going to be having the time of their lives trying to figure out
Who?
how to keep these 2.
Now, Bill
from taking
Belichick-
off the
Bill
top.
Belichick already figured it out.
He's going to be up
figured
at
it out
night
before y'all figured out
racking
gonna
his
get Jalen
brain
Waddle.
how to keep these 2 from taking off the top of the defense. Imagine what we're going to do behind the line of scrimmage, all the motions.
Yeah,
He's not going to get touched. He's going to have free releases.
I hear you. At number 3, I had Najee Harris for the same reasons as y'all. They're gonna try and move the rock.
Okay.
They're gonna be pounding the rock, especially with
Come on.
Ben's arm
Yeah.
progressing rapidly. They're
QB.
100% gonna try and figure out how to. They might even. Did the Chiefs extend his contract? Right tackle Schwartz.
No,
They
they've replaced them boys instantly.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are what they did with their O line is crazy. Yeah, they didn't sign.
Okay, yeah, y'all can still get Mitchell Schwartz, which if y'all have cap room,
We can.
I would say that's probably.
Do y'all? Have
We
cap?
can,
I don't think
and
y'all
that's
have the cap
no,
for it.
we can, and that's what I've been thinking. Like we could
Get
probably
Mitchell.
get like a Mitchell Schwartz, we get like an Eric Fisher, we get somebody like that, and it would be a high caliber player. And they're on the older side, so and they're coming off of injury, so they can be cheaper. You know, if you think about it, for like a year,
Yeah, that's
maybe
all
a
we
year or
need.
two. That's what I'm saying.
Ben gonna do it for us one last.
And that's where
time.
Najee comes. That's
I'm
where
sorry,
Najee comes
man.
in.
Yeah, hopefully y'all rest his arm this year.
Yes.
Rest it.
Yeah.
But
I think second
y'all
year
still
coming.
got the Browns to deal with.
Yeah,
No,
they
listen,
still got
let's
the
not even
Browns
get
and
into
the
it.
Ravens.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
not
not
get
let's not
into
get
it,
into that.
because
Let's not get into
there's-
that. That's
We'll make
deeper.
a topic about it because I have some stuff to say about
Okay.
that.
That's deeper.
We'll hold that. We'll hold
So,
on with
what
that
is this,
for
the
now.
fourth
So,
one?
Number 4.
this is
Yeah,
the
number
fourth.
4.
Okay, number 4, I'm going with Trey Lance.
Okay.
That's-
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, if Jimmy Garoppolo can't produce, you plug this guy in, and I think we'll see magic. I think we're gonna see something real special real soon. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
that
Trey Lance
offense is nice, explosive.
Mhm.
They're creative. You know what I'm saying? Like, you plug him in, and Jimmy Garoppolo. When Jimmy Garoppolo can't, do what you need, that's gonna be a killer. That's gonna bring them right back to the top, right where they need to be.
Nah, I feel the same way. I'm surprised honestly he didn't go higher. Just given the fact that
Who, Trey Lance?
No, yeah.
Well, I
Trey
mean,
Lance.
it's just-
because the Niners are a quarterback away from winning the Super Bowl last year. If Jimmy Garoppolo was a better player, they would have won that Super Bowl against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
If they hadn't had injuries, they would have been right back there, almost maybe in the conference championship this year.
I mean, it's
They
really
have the
defendable.
talent. They have the youth on their team. They have everything they need, and now they have a quarterback. But can we trust Trey Lance's arm in the NFL? We still have questions that need answering.
Exactly. I think that's exactly why, you said you can't believe he fell. I think that's the exact reason
Right.
he went as low as he did. But, I mean, it's a risk I'm willing to take every time.
If you're nice. Okay. Alexis, who you got number 4?
For number 4, I got more technical. If we're talking about the best player in the best situation, all that, how it would help. I think I'll go Rashawn Slater with the Los Angeles Chargers. I think I'll go Rashawn Slater. The Chargers really need help on their O-line, and the value that they got at their pick, Rashawn Slater falling to them.
They filled up their O-line.
That's what I'm saying. Rashawn Slater falling to them.
Yeah.
And
I
they
think
got
that's
O-line in free agency.
That's a big impact, and I feel like when we think about the question in context, when we think about it, we see that this is a high caliber player that fell to the Chargers, which will help them tremendously in the O-line that needed help.
Yeah.
So I just say for me it'd be Rashawn Slater. It was a good pickup.
Yeah, that was an excellent pickup for the Chargers. Go ahead, Kedar.
This one is, I don't think anybody would have expected this one. But whether Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love is the quarterback for the Packers, I think they got an amazing number 2 wide receiver in Amari Rodgers. Because it's wild that he fell this low. I thought he was going to go in the second or third.
What
He went in the third.
But
But the Packers had a late third. I'm not sure if they traded up for him, but
wow.
Amari
Where was he
Rodgers,
projected to go? Where was he projected?
about the second or third,
Yeah.
but it's still, if the Packers were pretty late in the third, so
What school
I
did he
didn't
go
think
to?
Clemson.
Clemson, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
They pop
He was
out.
pretty
there.
Oh
good.
yeah,
Them
they
receivers-
top all our receivers.
Yeah.
They carbon copies. Like,
And he's nice.
ever since-
5'10",
ever since
212.
Ever since D-Hop.
don't forget Martavis Bryant though.
Oh, Martavis.
Because both of them
Martavis
came
Bryant
in,
did have
He had a season.
Yeah, too.
sad.
He's an amazing compliment to Devontae.
And Sammy Watkins.
Yeah.
All 3 of them were there at once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, Clemson produces
Yeah.
receivers for sure. Okay, well, my number 4, I had Christian Barmore. defensive tackle is falling to the Patriots.
My goodness.
All right. So the reason I have this happening is because the Patriots now have the best defense in the league. No question. The
No
Patriots are
question?
gonna have the
No
best defense.
question?
Yes. The Patriots are gonna have the best defense.
Maybe
in
top
the league
8.
this
Maybe
year.
top 8.
No,
I can
and
see
let
top
me-
7.
And let
I
me
can
tell
see
you
top 7.
why it's helped as well. Because
In the AFC or both?
He means the whole league. You know,
He means the
Noah.
whole
in the
league.
You
AFC
know,
as
Noah.
well.
He
He
means
means
the
the
whole
whole
league. He
league.
means
Yeah.
the whole league.
Okay,
Both.
all right. That's all right. That's a bold. That's
both,
bold.
because Christian Barmore brings an insane amount of pressure, along with our up and coming D lineman Chase Winovich. Us getting Dante Hightower, who is amazing off the blitz,
He's old though. He's old.
who's amazing. He's fresh. That's what he is. He's fresh. He didn't play this Corona season. Yeah, he's fresh. That's what he
Oh
is.
man.
We got Van Noy back. We're out here making Josh. Uche-
Yeah, you can have him back.
Josh. Uche- Yeah, we know how to use him.
We got
Sorry that
Bernard
y'all's coach
McKinney.
ain't
We
know.
got Bernard McKinney.
Very good pickup. Very
Oh.
good pick.
Pro Bowl
Very
linebacker.
good
That is a very underrated acquirement right there.
Okay,
That is
okay.
very
Back to
underrated.
Christian.
Yeah.
Barmore.
Yes.
Christian
Yeah,
Barmore.
Christian. With the
Solid
DBs
pickup.
and the depth we have in the DBs, especially with Kyle Duggar, one of the best athletes I think in the league. Though with his speed and the way he.
You gotta take some bias away. You gotta take some bias away. No, you gotta take some
Kyle
bias
Duggar
away.
is an absolute.
Hold on.
dog. Y'all don't know.
Do
this.
y'all remember the Patriots traded up so much to get Kyle Duggar? So the Patriots fans are just hoping and praying.
They're just
Hanging
waiting
and
for
praying
release.
and praying.
Oh
Are these
my
are these players you
gosh.
have told me have not made one Pro Bowl, excluding like of course like Dante Hightower and like players like that, but like all these other players are like wait and see.
Chase Winovich, who is
That-
making
that's-
excellent moves. He's
not close to a Pro Bowl.
Chase Winovich
He's
is
not.
just
He's
saying
good.
the
Don't get me
potential.
wrong. He's good. I'm not saying he's not good.
They're both really good.
They're
but-
good, but
Potential of this defense coming because the reason our DBs started giving
They're
more
pretty young.
is because of our pass rush. We didn't have a pass rush.
Yeah.
And now we added an inside linebacker as well, I believe. And then Mac Jones, who's gonna protect the rock, not throw interceptions, just blatant interceptions.
Who is he
No.
throwing the ball to?
Mac
though?
Jones, yeah.
Who?
Who is he throwing the ball to?
Nelson Aguilar?
Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith.
Are they prepared to be the number one of a team?
That's how I'm gonna like the camera.
Are they? I don't think they're prepared to be the number one.
I'm gonna like the camera.
Yeah,
please.
he was never the number
believe
one at
it?
the Chargers.
Can you believe he said that?
Right, second after Keenan.
No, Mike Williams.
No, second after Keenan. He was the
Mike
second
Williams
in
was the number
targets
two.
after Keenan. Hunter Henry.
No, I think Mike.
He was the
Williams-
safety valve.
Yeah,
Hunter
But
Henry.
They're
they have
good.
no playmakers. Y'all have no
zero.
playmakers.
Like outside on the
That's
outside
true.
you
On
have
the
zero. On
outside?
the outside you have
That's
zero.
accurate.
Nelson Aguilar is scaring
Bro,
nobody.
bro, come
Nelson
on, though.
Aguilar is scaring nobody.
Come on,
Bro.
Come on,
Oh
no.
my
That's
God.
comparable to like a.
That's the number 2-3 comparison right there.
Yeah.
2-3. Wide receiver 2-3.
Either way, it doesn't matter because
Willie Snead.
Because-
No,
Yeah.
don't do that.
the
Don't
thing
do
about
that.
our
Don't do
offense
that.
it's
Willie
gonna be
Snead
very
is prime.
deceptive. It's gonna be very deceptive. That's the thing about our offense. We have Cam Newton who can also play. We have Mac Jones who's not. I don't think he's even gonna start first game.
He's
I think
not.
they're
He
gonna
should.
start off.
He's
with,
not, though.
I don't
He's
know.
not.
I think they're gonna start off with Cam.
They're gonna start off with
They're
Cam.
gonna let
He
him.
should.
They're gonna
He
let him
should.
marinate. Mac
He
Jones.
should.
He's gonna come in mid-season, and Cam's gonna be in there for specialty plays, and because they're not gonna waste Cam. Bill doesn't waste talent. Bill doesn't waste talent. He's gonna find a way
That's
to
a-
use Cam.
It's an MVP right there.
No,
If Cam
sad.
sucks, they'll replace him.
No, it's sad what the Panthers did to Cam Newton's career.
It is. But
It's sad because
I mean-
he gave his everything to that organization, and then
Okay,
they
but
didn't.
at
so-
the end of the
I
day,
mean,
it's a
it looks like
business.
that's what's happening with McCaffrey right now.
I mean, but that's how.
Don't
He
speak that. Don't
gets
speak that.
healed, and then they
Nah.
throw him back in. He got hit. I mean, he got injured right back. Like in the game, he came back. He put up 3 touchdowns. Like after being gone for 6 weeks.
Christian McCaffrey's a boy. That's
Oh, what?
He's a boy. That man's a boy.
What do you mean
What?
by
What is
boy?
that?
Like he can play.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I thought you said he was like a baby.
Yeah,
Like
man,
I
that
was like,
2,000 all purpose is talking to me.
Yeah, yeah. Christian McCaffrey's a dog.
so what that
man.
number 5? What y'all think?
Oh.
For that last one.
Okay, my last one. I don't.
I know.
Can I give Trevor Lawrence a honorable mention?
You can. I mean, we all have different lists.
Yeah,
we all have
yeah,
different
yeah.
lists.
I mean,
different list.
yeah, these people are crazy for not putting him in the
I'm
top.
gonna give Trevor Lawrence.
But that's the obvious answer.
Yeah,
though.
it's
That's
like
the obvious
okay, if he's
answer.
the number one pick.
Okay, but either way,
I mean, I
he
just-
should be there. We're talking about the most important, the most valuable.
You say that, but at the same time, I don't see.
He's
talent
still
around Trevor Lawrence to really.
He's still not my favorite quarterback in the draft. Let me just say that.
DJ Chark.
DJ Chark is a good number one. Don't do that. DJ Chark is
a good number one.
To a Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
Yes, he is comparable to
But you
Yeah.
also have a real number one like a Julio.
But they don't have
Okay,
a good
but
number two
that's
either.
different though.
Okay,
That's different.
No, they don't have a consistent number two.
You're saying the best. You're saying the best.
LaVisca's good, but he's still. Let's see how he develops.
Let's stop this real number one. First off, Julio, it's not that he's a real number one. It's that he's a superstar number one. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a difference between
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
and a
Superstar.
real
That's
number
true,
one.
but there's plenty of quote unquote supers. Like you can give like a 15. Tyler Boyd wouldn't be in your top 15 out of 32 teams.
Top 15? I don't know. He could slide in. He could slide in.
Their number. Juju was our number one. Are you gonna call him a number one? Or are you
Deontay was your number one.
No.
Deontay was your number one.
Deontay was our number
Claypool
one.
needed to be.
What?
He needed to be the number one.
Chase Claypool, no. Deontay is the number one.
I mean, he needed
I'm not
to be.
even gonna lie.
So, like,
From here on, Deontay is the number one.
Deontay's
Bro.
the
It's the
number
number
one.
one. It's the number one.
Listen, he's not ready yet.
Deontay.
Yes, he's not ready.
Chase is not ready yet. Chase is not ready yet.
Shoot, that 4 touchdown game said something else.
I mean,
He had
yeah.
4 of them as a rookie.
Yeah, but how you gonna get there? How you gonna get there? With the yards, right?
Chase.
Nah, you win by points.
That's true. That's true.
Listen, honorable mention Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
Just
Honorable mentions. But go ahead.
yeah, too. Just
All right. So who do you have for your
okay.
number five?
My fifth spot. I want to rock out with. Hold on.
Oof, I got one that
Where
hurts.
Green Bay and their cornerback, Eric Stokes. Why? They don't have a good defense. They've always been. If Aaron Rodgers stays, listen. If Aaron Rodgers stays,
Packers don't have a good defense.
Packers do have a good. They just.
Packers have a good defense. They have
Yeah,
a good
That was
defense.
pretty outlandish.
No, it's not that they have a bad defense. They just don't have a physical defense. The defense
Yeah.
gets
I
beat
mean,
by-
this is a pick
by
that
tough teams.
Listen,
They have
my
some
point is
dogs.
they've needed this corner like.
But not for
especially in
their one
division,
though. Not for their one though.
Nah, man. They already had the quarterback. They got the running back. And like you're saying, their defense is solid. But they needed a piece in that division to get over some humps, I feel like. Like,
This cornerback is what you're saying. So, what about Jair? He's
What
number
about-
one, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean, you still need two corners.
That's what I'm saying. You do need two
You know,
corners.
in
do
this
need
day
two
and age,
corners.
you need like.
But that's what I'm
6,
saying. But that's what I'm saying.
competition
They
in that
definitely
division.
needed to replace Kevin King.
That's what I'm saying,
They
yeah.
need to do that.
So that's
but
what you're telling me.
They
You're telling
should
me
have
Eric
added
Stokes
someone like
do
an Owusu, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
I
They should've-
mean, it's much better than what they have. Who is their number 2?
Kevin King. I think.
Oh, well.
I think Kevin King. That's what I'm saying.
so-
Like,
that's what
I
I'm
get
saying.
what you
Yeah,
mean with
exactly.
Kevin King.
Exactly. I think their division is stacked in offensive weapons, like their competitors, their other teams or whatever. And I mean, that's what they're gonna need to, get over this hump. To at least if they keep Aaron Rodgers, they keep Aaron Rodgers, then we're looking at something.
Okay. Alexis?
For me, for the number 5, it was a few. I was thinking with the Browns, Jeremiah Owusu. I was thinking about that. The Joker, that's a very good pickup. But I'll say Kwity Paye to the Colts, the defensive end from Michigan. I feel like that is a very good pickup, especially because the Colts, they have a lot everywhere. They have a lot, but they needed a rusher. And Justin Houston is getting old, and DeForest Buckner needs help. So I feel like adding to already an elite defense with the additions of course, Carson Wentz, I think that Kwity Paye will have immediate impact, I think he will have immediate impact. So that's why for my number 5, I'll say Kwity Paye.
Okay. All right, I can see that. I was gonna say something about Carson Wentz, but we'll leave that for another day. Go ahead.
I would say Trevor Lawrence because he's the number 1 pick.
No.
But Javonte Williams, what he is going to do for the Broncos is similar to what Najee Harris is with the Steelers. They already have a really good defense. Say Drew Lock isn't the answer. They have a quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater where he's not going to turn the ball over a lot of times. He's not going to cost him games, and he can air the ball out.
Kedar, you've been
Look at what he did with the Panthers. He could air the ball out. I feel like Denver really does have a good chance to push the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
They have Melvin Gordon. They have Javonte Williams. If Drew Lock is not the answer, they have 2 running backs that they can just pound out the clock, play defense. They'll just be the Titans.
they don't have the O-line for that.
They do have the
their
O-line.
O-line, yeah. Their O-line's been getting better.
They do have the O-line for that. Their
You
O-line's
know
been
why?
getting better.
Their O-line's not top 10.
Oh, yeah, I think that it is. I think
No,
it is.
it's not.
I think
It's
it
top
is.
12.
You know why?
It's top 12.
Because our
It's in the
offensive
bottom.
coordinator,
It's in the
our
top- it's in the
O-line
top.
coach leaving to the Broncos.
Yeah,
That's
their
why.
O-line coach went to the Broncos, and their O-line got worse. Broncos got better.
Their O-line got better.
But then you always saying something about
Juwan James, was that for the Broncos?
Oh yeah. Juwan
I mean,
James
he
was-
hasn't even been playing like that, so it's like,
he's just been hurt.
yeah, he's just been
good
hurt.
luck. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, they've had a good O-line, and he's been hurt, so it's like,
Good luck.
Yeah, they've had a good O-line with him being hurt.
Okay.
Well, all right. For my
Fifth pick and final pick. A lot of people didn't like this pick, actually.
dear God.
for the Raiders in Alex led the way.
Oh.
I think that this was exactly what they needed. The Raiders are doing what they're supposed to do. Instead of just stacking. Okay, they reached, but they didn't just get something that they didn't need just to have another accessory. Just to say,
true.
we did good in the draft. We got someone.
That's
No,
true.
they're picking what they need. They're filling their holes. Their offense is good enough.
That's how you miss on a lot of picks, though.
Reaching.
If you draft to fill
Either
needs,
way, they
you
feel like
reach.
they have all the pieces they need. They need to build up their foundation. That's what they are feeling. And so if you feel like that, get a young, good O-lineman. Maybe they reached a little bit for him, yeah, but either way, they need that, and they need to keep their Derek Carr healthy as well.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't lose. They didn't necessarily lose, with
They're
that
picking
pick.
what they need. They might have reached a little bit, yeah, but they get what they need, other than these other teams getting bullshit.
I mean,
Yeah.
they could have picked something better though with that pick. They could have waited on O-line and got someone
What was
at
what
that
was the next
talent.
pick gonna be?
They could have got
Right
someone
They
at
were
that
right
talent
outside the
better.
pick. Wait, were the Raiders in the playoffs? They were right outside, I think.
They were like in
They
the
were 8 and
hunt.
8.
They were in the
Yeah,
hunt.
they were right outside the playoffs. They didn't have a very good pick.
Their defense
They
is
were
not
second.
that. Their
Yeah.
defense is not very good
West.
though. Their defense
Yeah.
is middle of the pack.
No, right. So they
Yeah.
really.
They
I
needed
was
more
thinking
defense
They
than
could have
anything.
gotten like an Owusu
They-
as well. I was thinking they could have gotten him or
Or a wide receiver because they do need wide receivers too.
Yeah.
Look, Derek Carr, he's got something going. You can find skill players. You can find skill players
You
with
can.
a foundation.
You can.